very much, Tony. I knew Tony's father well because I work as a GP in the inner city. I also work a lot with homelessness, I'll tell you about it in a second. But Joe was a fantastic man. He was a pioneer providing healthcare to mentally unwell, homeless people. And he's actually started a service which continues to this day and provides fantastic help to homeless people. I'll tell you a little about myself and then just one or 2 points about what's tonight. My name's Austin OCarroll. I work as a GP in the inner city. I also founded an organisation called SafetyNet, and SafetyNet provides healthcare to homeless people. And we have 19 clinics in Dublin, we have 3 in Cork, we have 2 in Limerick, and we have 2 in Galway as well. And we provide also, I don't know if you ever see a mobile outreach bus in Stephen's Green that goes out 3 nights a week to homeless people, and we provide other services to homeless people with HIV and also to drug using we also provide methadone treatment services and other addiction services. So we provide a range of health service to homeless people. I also founded a GP training scheme to train GPs to work with marginalised groups and inner city communities, and also a partnership for health equity. So I do a lot of work. I work also in clinics for homeless people every week. So I suppose the key issue is, why do you want to help homeless people? And I think there are 3 key reasons there are a number of key reasons. The first thing is, you got to decide, why are people homeless? Do you think people are born in a way that causes them to be homeless? Is it their fault? Or do you think that it is society that creates it? I firmly believe, I've done a lot of research around homeless, and homelessness is just at the end of the wedge of poverty. They come from communities that have been affected by deprivation. They come from the communities in the inner city and the areas of the city where deprivation reigns. I think the people I work with, I am lucky that I am not homeless because I was born to a family who cared and nurtured for me. I was born to a family who had expectations, and I had expectations of where I want to go. I think any of us could have ended up homeless. It's not a character flaw, it's the fact that you were just born to, unfortunately, in a community and in a situation which leaves you exposed and vulnerable. Some of the smartest people I've met are homeless. They could easily have gone to college if they'd been born in other circumstances. They could have been extremely successful in their lives if they'd been born in other circumstances. We created poverty, and by definition we create homelessness then as well, because we have as a society decided to choose to have an unequal society. And that's the main reason why we should help people who are homeless, because we are the people who created the situation. Also, we should help homelessness because it's just wrong, it's unjust, it's inequitable. I mean, and it's crazy because everybody knows it's unjust, yet it's getting worse. When I first started, I would see around 12 people in my clinics. Yesterday morning, I did a clinic. I started at 8 o'clock in a hostel. The first person I saw was someone who had been sleeping in the lane the previous night and had been beaten up quite badly. The reason he'd been sleeping in a lane was that he used to go from hostel to hostel to hostel each night because he wasn't given one bed. He wouldn't be given a permanent bed, he'd have to give a different bed each night. He just got sick of it and lay out in the hostel. I met, the third person I met was actually crying with me and spent around 20 minutes crying with me because he's got significant mental health issues, and he just is sick of being homeless, going to hostel, and he says, I just can't hack it. He was talking about committing suicide. And we spent the next morning, I had a key worker ringing up trying to get a place for this person to stay. That morning I saw 60 people, which is 5 times what I used to see, homeless, because the numbers in homelessness have just shot up. This year is the first time the last 2 years is the first time I've seen people who are getting homeless for financial reasons. I've never seen that before. So it is getting much worse, and again, that's the society we are creating. I think the Inner City Homelessness is a fantastic organisation. I think it's a great one to start with because I see the work they do. What I really like about them is they're actually an organisation that grew from the local community, and it's a community response to the people in their community. And I really like that. I really like the fact that they're political. They actually see it as a political problem because homelessness is ultimately a political problem. And I think it is fantastic because we can help homeless people, I think, in 3 ways. Firstly, we can give money, and I think what Tony is doing tonight is a fantastic example of how we contribute. By giving money, you're showing you give respect and that you care. So I think that's the first thing you can do. I think the second thing we need to do as well is not just about giving money, because it is political. It's about making sure politicians realise that we do not want to tolerate a society where people are homeless. So as well as giving the money, which is critical, please ensure there's a political solution. The third way you can help homeless people is not ignore them on the street. We all know the feeling of going past a homeless person. You feel embarrassed, you try to look away. By doing that, you may feel someone feeling human. I know myself, I have a person with a disability and I used to be in a wheelchair, and people stop looking at you in a wheelchair because they're afraid they may embarrass you. The problem is they leave you out of the human race when they don't look at you. So engage with homeless people. That's what inner city homelessness does. And fantastic, Tony, great success tonight. I wish the pint 8 goes really well, and fair play to you.